Welcome to the Community Foundation Virtual Candidate Forum. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Brian Herzfeld, and I am a candidate for Lafayette City Council. I actually ran for City Council 2 years ago, and I have a wonderful wife who is from Mexico, and 2 beautiful children, a daughter who's 12, and a son who is 7, and I'm really happy to be able to do this interview.
Thank you. Can you tell us about your personal involvement with Boulder County's nonprofit community?
I've been very involved with the nonprofits and the volunteer community even before we moved to Lafayette, mostly through our children's school, Escuela Bilingüe Pioneer, largely because I see how important it is that people give back to the community through volunteerism efforts. We are really blessed in Lafayette to have a lot of people who are really willing to give of their time and their energy to make the city a better place for everyone. And projects such as Project Yes, I have helped with National Youth Service Learning Day projects. I volunteered at the Kids Park during the building construction phase. I volunteer in our school on a weekly basis. Last year I was actually able to volunteer 3 or 4 times a week. This year it's a little bit less because I'm running. But it's because I see that there's so much that needs to be done, and it's a lot more than just about money. It's about people caring and being willing to give up their time for the greater good.
The Community Foundation has identified a lack of diversity in representation both among elected officials and among nonprofit leadership. How can the city increase its inclusiveness, particularly in hearing from marginalized community members?
This is a problem we've dealt with in our school PTA. My children's school is a dual language school, half Spanish and half English native speakers. And I've seen firsthand the challenges and the cultural divide that make it difficult for people of other ethnicities and other cultures to really integrate into what's going on, especially the political process and processes that empower people and give them control over their destinies. I've seen how important it is to have role models, to have people in these positions of ethnic background, and to bring their experience and their background and their awareness of issues. My ideal is that we move towards a society where we're essentially colorblind, where it's a question of the person's innate competencies and talents, but I realize that there are a lot of barriers to that. So I think we have to work towards even stronger, just validating the intrinsic humanity of everyone and really being able to see things through other people's eyes and consider how it feels to be, let's say, a minority within a very strong culture, right, to work towards bridging those gaps.
What are your ideas on addressing volatile sales tax revenues, a portion of which is used to support local nonprofits?
I strongly feel that we need to move toward at least a pilot program in revenue sharing. There's too much of large corporate interests playing one city against another, and Lafayette has paid out millions of dollars in incentives to try and get businesses to come to Lafayette. Unfortunately, those same deals don't seem to apply to small businesses, mom and pop shops. I think we need to try and also look beyond sales tax. I've mentioned before about the idea of the city as landlord, city as property owner to the degree that's available, and look at other creative ways of generating revenue. And I also believe that it's vital that we consider where money goes in a large corporate retailer versus a small mom and pop shop, where most of the income will stay in the community. I know many business people who live within a mile of where they work in the small businesses, and they give back to their community. They volunteer, they sponsor Little League teams and children's programs, and it really changes the dynamic in a subtle way. It's not just about what sales tax comes in, it's about how money flows and circulates in the community, and also the general economic health of other businesses, having businesses in Lafayette that pay a livable wage, where people can afford to go out and enjoy the evening and enjoy the city, and to really consider everything, not just one aspect, because it's all tied together.
Anything else you would like to share with the nonprofit community?
Just to really thank the Community Foundation for their support. We have several nonprofits in Lafayette, the WOW Museum, the Project Yes, Rocky Mountain Center for Musical Arts, and probably others that I'm not even aware of. And I've seen how vital they are in really making Lafayette a special place. They're what make, in many ways, Lafayette special, and the people who are willing to volunteer at events and with youth groups and projects and to give back to their city. And so I just urge as many people as possible to increase your volunteerism and to give back. Thanks.
Thank you.